The Simpsons is a spin-off of a short-ran variety show called The Tracey Ullman Show. In the first 3 seasons of The Tracey Ullman Show, The Simpsons had a short in each episode, kind of, totaling in 48 shorts before The Simpsons got spun off into the series we know today. So with those 3 seasons, I watched all of them. And here's what I think. Season 1, good night. Homer and Marge are putting the kids to sleep, with all 3 of the kids being too scared to sleep in their own beds. Bart is unlike his later self here, wondering about the mind. Overall, it's a loose stencil of what The Simpsons would later become. 6 out of 10. Watching television. The kids are watching TV, and during the commercial, Bart and Lisa are fighting. Maggie changes the channel, which makes both of them angry, and later Homer talks during the show. Boring. Maggie's kind of funny here. 4 out of 10. Bart jumps. Homer is trying to get Bart to jump into his arms to overcome his fear. Every time Bart jumps, Homer gets distracted. Goes on for a bit too long, but there are some funny moments, like the boxing gloves. 7 out of 10. Babysitting Maggie. Bart and Lisa are supposed to be watching Maggie, but instead they watch TV, while Maggie gets into a lot of danger and even falls off the roof. Maggie is good, but Lisa's out of character. She normally would have cared more. 5 out of 10. The pacifier. Bart and Lisa try to take Maggie's pacifier, but Maggie refuses. They even put hot sauce on it, but Maggie likes it even more. Bart and Lisa suck here. They're terrible. 4 out of 10. Burp contest. The kids are having a burping contest, but Marge tells them to knock it off. But they keep burping. Eventually, Homer joins in too. Really, Marge? Forbid burping. Everything else is good. 7 out of 10. Eating dinner. It's dinner time, and Marge tries to teach everyone manners, but it doesn't work. Homer's grace is funny, and this is what The Simpsons feels like. It's finally getting there. 8 out of 10. And that's all of season 1, with an average of 5.86 out of 10. It's good, but still really rough. It just doesn't feel right. Moving on to season 2. Making faces. The kids are making faces, and Marge tells them about face freezing. If they make an ugly face, it'll stay like that. It's good. I like it when Bart and Lisa are getting along, and Maggie joins in too. 8 out of 10. The funeral. Uncle Hubert passes away, and the Simpsons go to his funeral. But the whole time, Bart is bored, so he's very disruptive. It's weird to see other people in the shorts now, but it's decent. 7 out of 10. Maggie's brain. Bart and Lisa are looking at Maggie in her crib and wondering about what she's thinking about. I like when Maggie kicks Bart. Got a good laugh from me. But overall, 6 out of 10. Football. Homer promises if Bart can catch a football, they will go out for frosty chocolate milkshakes. Bart fails twice because of a bunch of obstacles, but in the end, he catches it with it stuck in his mouth. It's okay. The second throw is the highlight, but 7 out of 10. House of Cards. Bart keeps trying to build a house of cards, but it keeps falling down. It's repetitive, but it's fun. 7 out of 10. Bart and Homer's dinner. Marge takes the girls to the ballet, so Homer makes a fish porkeroni for dinner, and Bart is grossed out by it, and does what he can to not eat it. Very loose plot, nothing really happens. 4 out of 10. Space Patrol. Bart, Lisa, and Maggie play Space Patrol, but as they're getting into character, Bart gets a vase stuck on his head. Eventually, after throwing him down a flight of stairs, Lisa smashes the vase with a mallet, and Bart is very disoriented. I like this one. It may be because it's in the 130th episode spectacular, but I think it's good. 9 out of 10. Bart's haircut. Bart gets a haircut, but it's cut way too short, so he tries to glue it back on with no luck. Then everybody laughs at him. I think this is one of the better shorts. 8 out of 10. World War III. Homer wakes up everybody for bomb drills. Everyone grows sick of this, and then Bart wakes him up, and everybody traps him in the bomb shelter. It's pretty good. 8 out of 10. The Perfect Crime. Marge makes cookies, and Bart wants to eat all of them because he thinks that it's a perfect crime, and so he does. with Maggie leading Homer and Marge to Bart laying on the floor, surrounded by cookie crumbs. This is a good short. I like Maggie in this, especially when she makes the face that imitates Bart. 9 out of 10. Scary stories. Bart tells Lisa and Maggie scary stories, and they all become kind of true, but not really. It's a decent short, creative for sure, but 5 out of 10. Grandpa and the kids. Homer has the kids spend time with Abe, so they listen to his stories. Then he pulls a prank on Bart and pretends to be dead. Abe is great here. This is probably the best one. 10 out of 10. Gone fishing. Bart and Homer go fishing, and Bart gives Homer a bait sandwich. They go through rapids and even go down a waterfall. Homer's a jerk here. Bart is dumb, but not his normal dumb. He's just really slow here. It's not great. 5 out of 10. Skateboarding. Bart wants to go skateboarding alone, but Lisa and Maggie end up going too, and showing him up. It's fun. 7 out of 10. The Pagans. The Simpsons are heading to church, but the kids declare they are pagans and don't want to go. It's okay. 6 out of 10. The closet. Bart locks himself in a closet to avoid doing chores, but when he finally gets out, he finds a note and learns that the family went out for frosty chocolate milkshakes without him. Maggie's funny here. 7 out of 10. The aquarium. Homer takes the kids to an aquarium and he teaches them about sea creatures, but Bart gets into the fish tank. It's pretty funny, and a nice change of scenery. 8 out of 10. Family portrait. Homer's trying to take a good family portrait, but nothing goes right. The ending picture was funny. 7 out of 10. Bart's hiccups. Bart has the hiccups and Lisa and Maggie try to cure it. It's nice having Lisa and Maggie work together, and I wish they did more like this. What happened to Maggie making the faces? 9 out of 10. The money jar. The kids need money, so they go to the money jar. But Lisa's conscience stomps her, Maggie gets stopped by Bart, and Bart doesn't take any money because it's only $1. It's okay. 6 out of 10. The art museum. The Simpsons go to an art museum, and Bart and Lisa keep screwing up, but Maggie saves the day, somehow. I don't know how she caught that face. 7 out of 10. Zoo story. The Simpsons go to the zoo, and Homer pisses off the monkeys. It's not bad. 7 out of 10. And with that, that's the end of Season 2 of The Simpsons Shorts, with an average of 7.14 out of 10. Now, for the last season. Season 3. Shut up, Simpsons. Homer, Grandpa, and the kids are watching TV, and all start arguing. Then they reconcile, but Homer, Bart, and Grandpa end up strangling each other. It's quite funny. I like it a lot. 9 out of 10. The shell game. Bart wants a cookie, but Homer and Marge tell him no, and he tries to walk in, and he has it under a bowl. So he plays the shell game with them to try to trick them. It's okay. I wish Maggie still had the personality like this now. 6 out of 10. The Bart Simpson Show. The kids are watching Itchy and Scratchy, but Homer objects, so Bart makes his own show. It's creative. I like it. 8 out of 10. Punching bag. The kids are playing with a punching bag and it annoys Homer, so Homer sends Marge to take care of it, but the punching bag ends up knocking Homer out. Homer's such an ass here. 3 out of 10. Simpson Christmas. Bart tells the story of Christmas at The Simpsons. I like it. Everything seems a little bit off though, but it's still great. 9 out of 10. The Krusty the Clown Show. The kids get to go to the Krusty the Clown Show live, and Bart thinks he's a fake. You can tell this is when they still were going with Homer and Krusty being the same person. 8 out of 10. Bart the Hero. Bart stops a robbery of a candy store bandit, but instead of claiming the $10,000 reward, he gets it all in candy bars. I like the attempt at world building that they've started. 7 out of 10. Bart's Little Fantasy. The kids have to clean up a mess, but to get out of it, Bart tells Lisa and Maggie a story of a planet where the kids are the parents and the parents are the kids. It's whatever. 5 out of 10. Scary movie. The kids are going to see the Happy Little Elves movie, but instead, they go and see the new Space Mutants film. It's okay. Weird looking Space Mutants though. 6 out of 10. Home hypnotism. Homer and Marge try to hypnotize the kids, but the kids just act like they were hypnotized to avoid it all. It's okay. The default of how the kids act is funny, but other than that, 7 out of 10. Shoplifting. Bart is caught trying to steal candy from a store, and he doesn't understand the lesson that he should be learning. Lots of the twister mouth here. It's decent though. 6 out of 10. Echo Canyon. The Simpsons go to Echo Canyon, and Bart almost crushes the car with a giant boulder. Lisa was right. Boring. 4 out of 10. Bath time. It's bath time for Bart, and he hides but is found out, and now he has an underwater adventure in the bath. They finally look on model. 8 out of 10. Bart's nightmare. Bart has a nightmare because of all the cookies he ate. Cool how it calls back to the Shell game. 7 out of 10. Bart of the jungle. The kids go and play outside and pretend like they're living in the jungle. They even use ties to swing like vines. Good, not great. 6 out of 10. Family therapy. The Simpsons go to family therapy. It's kind of like There's No Disgrace at Home, but everybody's a lot more hostile. 8 out of 10. Maggie in Peril, Chapter 1. Bart and Lisa are supposed to be watching Maggie, but the ball she's playing with is kicked away by Bart. So Maggie hops on a skateboard to chase after it, and is left falling down a waterfall. To be continued, 9 out of 10. Maggie in Peril. The thrilling conclusion. Falling down a waterfall, Maggie ends up at a carnival, and gets balloons and proceeds to float back to the Simpsons' house. I like the Maggie adventure. It's like what they would do 30 years later with the shorts on Disney+. 9 out of 10. TV Simpsons. Homer takes over the TV from the kids, and they ruin the TV antenna with a kite, to which Homer goes and fixes it, and then falls off the roof. It's good, but underwhelming for the last one. 6 out of 10. And that wraps up the final season of the Simpsons shorts, with the most highs and most lows, and an average score of 6.9. I think the Tracey Ullman shorts are an interesting part of Simpsons history. It's easy to see how this, along with the first season, built the show we know today. It's really weird, especially the first season of them, because everything is so rough around the edges. But I like it. And it's only an hour worth. It's pretty cool.